Hey friends, do you have one of these Polarises that are just giving you fits where it won't idle? Runs great, everything else is fine, but when you let off the throttle position to idle, it just simply won't do so. You've tried increasing the idle stop on the carb, you've maybe cleaned the carb, you've messed with fuel, and it just isn't working. I'm going to show you what is probably the cause. And it's a really simple fix on this. Polaris uses this ETC switch. This is engine throttle control, and let me first explain the design of this. And what this does is when you have a full throttle position, as you let off that throttle, you can see here where these two contacts don't touch each other. Well, if they were to touch, meaning that you had let go of the throttle, okay, and let's say this cable broke or bound up or the slide stuck or whatnot, what would happen is these two would actually be able to touch each other. Let me adjust it wrong so that you can see. See how they're touching there? When those two touch, they create a ground path and it kills spark to the engine. I'm going to prove it here in a second. That would allow those to touch, telling the engine, whoa, something's wrong. The throttle is not actually shut. And if they didn't have some type of safety circuit like that, this was on snowmobiles forever. They had some type of safety circuit to where a lot of times in the winter the slides would freeze on the carburetor, and then you'd let the throttle off, but the slides wouldn't drop, and even though you're wanting to stop, that thing's stuck in wide open throttle position. So this is meant to be a safety feature. It is nice to keep it intact and keep it working. Right now we have it set incorrectly where we have way too much throttle free play. The manual says something like a 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch, and we've got more like a 1/4 here, which is allowing these to touch. Well, I'm going to show you here what happens. I put a little inline spark checker on here. I'm going to go ahead here and crank this over, and you're going to see we're going to have maybe one flash but no continued spark. And right now we have nothing. Okay? So once again, if those are touching, you're going to have no spark. Now watch this though. I'm going to prove a point here. This is a little awkward to do by myself, but I'm going to just use my forearm. I'm going to barely hold the throttle open, okay? If you can see what I'm doing, I'm barely holding the throttle open, and I'm going to go ahead and start it. And I'm going to grab throttle. I have spark, but as soon as I let the throttle back off and those touch, it dies. Alright, now you get the basic theory. Let's go ahead here and show how to actually fix it. You've got an adjuster here. I'm going to get the lock nut loose. And what we want to do is get all that free play taken up that's going to move that apart. So I'm going to turn this counterclockwise and watch what happens up here. As I turn that counterclockwise, you see how we get a gap in there? Okay, and we're going to set that to once this lever has a 1/16 to 1/8 of movement. And what you could do is you could take a straight edge ruler and then measure that 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. Okay, once you do that, once you have it set and you have that set properly, now watch what happens without touching the throttle. Okay, I'm just going straight to electric start. We got spark. She'll idle all day long like she's supposed to, and life is going to be good. As always, here at howtowrench.com, I want to thank you for your support. Please consider heading over to the website, become a member. We also have the t-shirts in now. We got stickers if you want to show off your support of working on your own stuff and just everything we do here at the channel and our community. As always, make it a great day and keep wrenching. Peace.